Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, and with me, as always, is Jiunn Liu. How you doing, Jiunn?
Good.
So today we are talking about the Crux Epicure Robusto. The cigar is 5" by 50 ring gauge. Comes out of the Plasencia factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Connecticut. Binder and filter are both from Nicaragua, blended by Jeff Hogan. Price point is $8.50, and the cigar was released in November of 2017. So with that out of the way, June, what was your pre-let experience like?
Um, that was good. It's in terms of look, it's not the best looking wrapper. It's got light brown, Colorado Claro kind of a shade going, or Claro kind of a shade going. There's some streaks, like darker brown marks. Not the best looking cigar. But the great thing about it is once you kind of touch the wrapper, the feel was really great. A lot of good oil content on it. That leaves a lot of like traces of oil on the fingertips. Veins well pressed, seams tight. Had a really good triple cap on it. In terms of the nosing, like the smelling experience and cold draw, smelling the wrapper, I got a barnyard cedar off the foot, like a natural sweet, creamy dried nuts going on. White pepper cedar, cold draw. Really nice, just creamy bread started coming through. White pepper on the tip of the tongue. And some typical hay notes that I get from Connecticut Shades.
Yeah, the band on this cigar is pretty nice, and they've kind of stepped up their game on the more recent releases in regards to the bands. Before they were kind of just plain paper bands, and now they're kind of a little nicer. Got some embossing and some nice, I don't know, maybe metallic looking kind of graphics in the name and some of the background features. In regards to the aroma, I got kind of a damp hay from the wrapper. Foot was more of damp hay, a little bit of graham cracker note, a little bit of white pepper to it. And same as what you talked about, a little bit of spicy tingle on my lips, along with a bit of a spicy hay note from there. So take us through your flavor profile.
Starting from the first third, bolder, more distinct notes of semi-sweet cream nuts, black pepper. Black pepper is, I thought it was pretty unique in the sense that it did a really good job of like coating my whole palate without making it, without giving me a dry palate. So in general, it was like one of those mouth-watering mouthfeels, which I always prefer over something that's dry and that I have to always, take a whole bunch of sips of water on. So this is definitely one of those that's more like a mouth-watering kind of feel to it. So through retroling, sweet cream nuts is more prevalent, as well as that black pepper started coming through a bit more. Finish lingers pretty long, mixture of cedar, black pepper, strength of body medium. In terms of the second third, it's pretty much within what I had on the first third and the same tasting profile, centered around semi-sweet cream nuts, mouth-watering black pepper spice, retrohaling, further accentuating that black pepper and cream nuttiness. Strength of body still maintain that medium point. Excuse me. The last third, it's pretty much just right within the same as the first couple of thirds, except kind of when it gets to that midpoint mark. At that point, I thought that perhaps the youth of the cigar started coming through, started getting a hint of a metallic note to it. It's not so much that I felt like it was overwhelming the other flavors, but it was, it was definitely prevalent, right? So retrohaling is still probably, it's probably my favorite part of that last third because I wasn't able to taste any of that metallic notes and still, gave me that continuation of a bolder pepper and cream nuttiness. So strength moving towards that medium full and body staying medium.
Yeah, for me, this cigar began with some toasted wood, hay notes, a little bit of that tame black pepper in the background. A little further in, flavors were mixing pretty well together. Retro Hill was a really vibrant wood note, a slight bit of toast to it. Half an inch in, a little bit of creaminess joined the mix of toasted wood and mild black pepper. Hay note kind of faded away. An inch and a quarter in, I was getting a little bit of vegetal undertones. And as the third came to a close, that toasted wood, mild pepper, and the vegetal notes were kind of continuing on in a nice mixture. And the strength is just at the slightly below medium mark. Getting the second third, still toasted wood, slight cream, pepper, vegetal notes continuing on. Profile was becoming a little bit dry there. Quarter inch in, cream and pepper left. Toasted wood became more defined as oak. Still had that slight vegetal note. Retro Hill was like a musty oak note. Inch and a quarter in, some cream started to pop back in from time to time. And as the third came to close, that toasted oak and the slight vegetal note continue on as the profile was increasing a little bit in dryness, and strength moved up to right at medium. In the final third, a little nuttiness kind of joined that toasted wood and light vegetal note. And then going in a little bit further, some more cream returned to kind of diminish some of that dryness of the profile. Half inch in, a little bit of mustiness joined that toasted oak, the cream and vegetal note. And then at an inch in, that oak lost that toasty note and kind of gained a little bit of a char to it. Retrohale is like a very unique combination of that vegetal note and kind of a young green oak note. I kind of dug it. It was interesting. And as the cigar wrapped up, the oak lost that char and continued on with a little bit of cream mustiness in the vegetal note, and strength remained at that medium mark. So take us through your construction.
For the couple of ones that I smoked, I had perfect construction. I mean, the burn was amazing. No relights, no touch-ups, razor sharp burn. I mean, we're talking like super straight edge burn, which was it was actually pretty to look at. You know, all the nerdy things that you say, it was a pretty burn to look at. Sturdy ashes, 1.5-inch increments. Just the draw, perfect. You know, hits that perfect balance between resistance and airflow, and it was just absolutely zero complaints.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement. Perfect construction. Burn was razor sharp. I did a picture on Instagram. I kind of challenge you to find a straighter burn than that. Ash held on about 1.25-inch increments. In regards to the draw, it was perfect. Had just right amount of resistance that I like, so I have no complaints in regards to construction. So overall, what were your thoughts?
It was a good cigar. You know, nothing to wow me. It's interesting. I mean, one thing that I realized within smoking a couple of these is within probably the last like 2-3 years, within this like quote unquote new wave of Connecticut shades coming through, you know, it's none of them has been truly bad. Like all of them has been pretty good for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will also caveat it by saying Connecticut shades are kind of, you know, one of my profiles, right? Like being a fan of especially Cuban cigars, good Cuban cigars, and just, you know, stuff that hits a lot of flavor without a lot of strength. This is another one of those that hits that, you know, that profile. So I enjoyed it. You know, I feel like this is one of those cigars where it has enough of a body and of a you know, thicker mouth feel that you can enjoy any time of the day. You can certainly enjoy in your morning with your cup of coffee or at the end of the day after a long day's of work. So it was good, but you know, nothing that's wowing, but just a good cigar.
Right. Yeah, I thought it's a pretty good example of like a really well done traditional Connecticut shade cigar. I mean, produced lots of flavors around the wood, creaminess, vegetal notes, strength's right around medium, so that might be a little bit higher than kind of some of the traditional mild Connecticut's, but I'm okay with that. Middle third was a little bit too dry for my liking, but I was happy to see that the final third kind of got past that and got the dryness out of there. Construction perfection, so you just can focus on the flavors, don't have to worry about anything else. And I think this is a really nice addition to their portfolio. I mean, having that kind of a lighter cigar, along with all the other great cigars that they have, it's another good one for the portfolio. If you like Connecticut shades, I think this is definitely a must-try cigar. It's really well done. I'm looking forward to smoking more of these, and if other people like them, I'm sure they'll pick up a few more. So getting into the scores, I gave it a 6.82. You gave it a 7.17. How do you think that matched up with your experience?
It matched well. I mean, in terms of my flavor profile and the flavor experience, rather, I rated it good across the board, and I rated the construction for braid and draw to be completely perfect. So, it should hit that low sevens, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the only real difference between our rating is I rated it average in the second third just because of that dryness, but otherwise we're the same. So it was really the only difference in our scoring. So I think it would match up really well. Any other final thoughts from you on this cigar?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Crux in general, which the way I view Crux is a lot of flavor, not going to beat you over the head with strength. They're not here to make nicotine bombs, and this falls right in line with that. So fans of Crux should, this is an easy pickup for them.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, they're probably gonna be a little bit bummed out that it's not gonna be the #1 cigar of the year again for me. But it's right now I think it's probably. What's that?
Can't win them all.
Yeah, you can't win them all. You can't win every year. Um, right now, it's still kind of a top 10 cigar for me, based on all the reviews I've done so far. I mean, we still got a bunch to get through for the end of the year, but right now it's still kind of a top 10 cigar for me, and it's one of the better Connecticut shades. I mean, there's been a few out there that they were just okay, but this is a really good Connecticut shade, so I think it's pretty cool. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us, but also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Be sure to follow us on all the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google+. You can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.